guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on Josh's truck again. Some parts came in so we can hopefully get that finished today. Get him going and running again and driving that truck again. Last video kind of left off with it driving. It wasn't working all the way right. The fast pump that he bought was only putting out about 5 psi. Comes to find out that he had bought it for a first gen style Fummins, which runs a VE pump, which only runs about 5 to 8, maybe 10 psi of lift pump pressure, while a P pump needs roughly, I'd say 35 to 50 psi is a good number for those. So he ordered in a new, must be a whole motor pump assembly from Fast to swap that out with a new return regulator on that to help get that pressure back up to where we need it on this pump, so that he'll have proper lift pump pressure up to the P pump. So we're going to be doing that today. We also got to fix a bleed off issue, and I think I know where that is, where the main return line off the pump comes in the injector return. Coppers are leaking, so what we're going to do is basically re-anneal those coppers. We're going to heat them up, and usually that'll seal them again, hopefully. We're going to give it a try today. Worst case, we'll have to go hunting around for some new copper seals and go from there. Then we also have to do some brake work in the back. Tighten a couple boost clamps we didn't last time, or that we missed last time, I should say. And hopefully have his truck up and running for him today. Go from there. We also have to charge the AC too. On the last video, kind of left it off there. Nolan came by this week, got the inner fender wells put back in the truck, so all that's done. Most of the wiring's finished up and ready to rock. Dash and all his in-cab stuff's done too. So hopefully it should be a pretty quick day, and we should be able to have some sweet running footage for you guys. Yeah, so stay tuned. Hopefully it goes well. Alright guys, we're up under Josh's truck working on his Fast right now. I already got the fuel filters pulled off and the return line going back to the tank from the pump. Inside that little housing there's a spring with a ball seat, and that's how they're regulating the pressure on these Fasts. I'll turn you around and show you what we got to do here. So we're going to be changing out this motor and pump assembly. That's held in by these 4 bolts, it looks like. And then on the opposite side right here on that return line, there's a spring and a ball seat in here that I believe this port goes up into. And that's how they're regulating it, just spring pressure with a ball seat. And so that's got to be changed out too, because this one's obviously I think about 8 psi, and we need a lot more than that. So they're giving us a lot bigger, heavier duty spring. I think probably a different ball too, just to make sure it seals correct. And hopefully they gave them a new seal for this motor and pump assembly as well. We'll find out here in a minute. I'm going to get this ripped off. I'll get back with you guys after I get it off. It's kind of hard for me to hold the camera and pull it out. Okay, so I got that pump out of there. Looking at them, there's a huge difference. You just got the 4 bolts and then 1 mount bolt that comes in through the side. But Josh got here with the new parts. You can see this is the new pump unit to get it up to that pressure and regulation. There's the old one. So I'm betting probably the internals of this is the same, but the motor's probably 3-4 inches longer, quite a bit larger. So that's where they're getting their flow. We also got the upgraded return regulator to put in too, so we're gonna get that done real quick, get this sealed back up and going soon. Alright, so we got Josh's new Fast put back together here. You end up having to take the 4 bolts off, and then back around here this mount bolt goes through into the top of the pump housing here. So got all that swapped out to the upgraded return. He's putting in the coppers for the return line right now, and then we'll bleed these and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it should run good.
I can still feel a lot of the lag though.
Oh yeah, your turbos are still pretty big. Yeah. They'll probably start lighting like way higher in the RPM range, yeah, for sure. going on, guys? We just got back from doing a pretty lengthy test drive with Josh's truck there. We got her all up and running. It's running pretty good right now. Temps and everything are running right. EGT's perfectly fine. Didn't see anything more than about 1200. It's still pretty smoky in the top end. I'm going to try and take a look at his smaller high pressure turbo and see what that is, and possibly toy around with the idea of getting a smaller exhaust housing so it helps spool time up a little bit better. Right now it's spooling a lot later, maybe $3,000, which is pretty high for what he wants in a truck and really what I like to see in a truck, and it's a lot smokerier than I like to see them. We might check the AFC housing, move that back, get it to fuel a little less too. We're just going to take a look. He also has an external wastegate running straight off his manifold, and I might take that apart and see what it's got in it for a spring and see if that's just getting pretty early on and dumping pressure right to the atmospheric turbo. So we got some other stuff to check over. Got the AC running, but project truck, it's going to keep going. We're going to get it better and better over time here, and hopefully have a great running truck soon for him. But it's a lot better than it was. Thanks for watching.